Thatcher's legacy dimmed, the scandalous saga of her children. Margaret Thatcher's tenure as Prime Minister was marked by decisive actions and policies that transformed the UK. However, the Thatcher family often found themselves in the headlines for less commendable reasons, especially her children, Mark and Carol Thatcher. From legal troubles to public gaffes, the Thatcher children have been a source of both public fascination and concern, sometimes casting a shadow over their mother's legacy. Fact number 1. Mark Thatcher's Lost in the Desert. In January 1982, during the Paris-Dakar rally, Mark Thatcher, along with his French co-driver Anne-Charlotte Verney, became stranded in the Sahara Desert for 6 days. The ordeal began when their Peugeot 504 broke down, leaving them lost and significantly off course. Despite Mark's lack of preparation for the rally, where he admitted to doing absolutely no preparation and reflecting on the possibility of things going very badly wrong, the situation escalated into an international incident. A large-scale search operation was launched with the involvement of 6 military aircraft from 3 countries and Algerian ground troops. The effort to locate them was substantial, leading to their discovery by the Algerian military 50 kilometers off the intended course. The incident not only caused international embarrassment but also led to financial implications, with Margaret Thatcher insisting on personally contributing towards the search costs, emphasizing the Thatcher family's commitment to not burdening the British taxpayer. Number 2. Carol Thatcher's media gaffes. In January 2009, Carol Thatcher faced a career-altering controversy when she referred to a black tennis player as a gollywog off-air during her work on the BBC's The One Show. This term, deeply rooted in racist caricature, sparked a significant backlash, leading to her dismissal from the show. The incident stirred debates on racism, the responsibilities of public figures, and the impact of private comments becoming public. The BBC's swift action underscored their stance on maintaining standards of conduct, highlighting the broader implications for public figures regarding racial sensitivity and accountability. Carol Thatcher's comment and the subsequent fallout exemplify the delicate balance between free speech and the social responsibilities that come with public visibility. Number 3. Mark Thatcher's alleged coup involvement. In August 2004, Mark Thatcher was arrested in Cape Town, South Africa, over his alleged role in funding a failed coup attempt in Equatorial Guinea, aimed at overthrowing President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo. The plot, known as the Wanga coup, intended to install Severo Moto as president to exploit the nation's oil resources. Mark initially denied involvement but, in January 2005, pleaded guilty to unknowingly financing the operation. He received a 4-year suspended sentence and was fined $3 million, about $500,000. He claimed ignorance, stating he thought his financial contribution was for a helicopter for legitimate purposes. This event significantly impacted international relations and added a notable scandal to the Thatcher family's history, further complicating Mark Thatcher's legacy and his distance from his mother's political achievements. Number 4. Carol's memoir Revelations. Published in 2008, A Swim-On Part in the Goldfish Bowl by Carol Thatcher delves deeply into the personal life of Margaret Thatcher during her later years, particularly focusing on her battle with dementia, which became evident in the late 1990s. The memoir stands out for its candid exploration of the vulnerabilities of a woman who was once Britain's most powerful political figure, serving as Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990. This intimate portrayal sparked a significant debate over the privacy of public figures and the ethics of revealing personal health struggles, especially coming from a family member. Critics and the public alike were divided on whether Carol's revelations were a necessary insight into the human side of a public figure or a breach of privacy that could overshadow Margaret Thatcher's political legacy. Number 5. Mark's questionable business dealings. Mark Thatcher's business career, characterized by its diversity and controversy, has spanned from arms dealing and oil exploration to securing lucrative contracts in construction and infrastructure projects across developing countries. These ventures often drew scrutiny, with allegations suggesting he leveraged his mother, Margaret Thatcher's political influence, to gain an unfair advantage. His involvement in these sectors has been marked by criticism for ethical concerns, particularly around arms deals in the Middle East during the 1980s and efforts to capitalize on connections within the oil industry. Additionally, his early career included pursuits in motor racing, showcasing a wide range of interests. The culmination of controversies, including his 2004 arrest related to financing a coup in Equatorial Guinea, has marred Thatcher's reputation, casting a long shadow over his business practices and further distancing him from his mother's legacy of public service. Number 6. The twins' relationship with their mother. Despite Margaret Thatcher's image of unwavering strength during her tenure as Prime Minister, her relationship with Carol and Mark was marked by emotional distance, exacerbated by her demanding career. Carol, in particular, has publicly discussed how their mother's focus on her political role limited her availability and emotional engagement with her children. These admissions have shed light on the personal costs of Margaret Thatcher's political success, revealing a family dynamic strained by the pressures of public life and leadership. The narrative of Carol and Mark's upbringing underlines the complexity of balancing high-profile public service with family commitments, illustrating the often unseen personal sacrifices behind political ambition. Number 7. Carol's struggle with alcohol. Carol Thatcher, the daughter of the former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, has been open about her struggles with alcohol, which she partly attributes to the immense pressure of living under the legacy of her mother's political stature. While specific details about dates or incidents related to her struggles are less publicly documented, Carol has acknowledged that the weight of her family's public life and her own endeavors to carve out a personal and professional identity contributed to her battles with drinking. This aspect of Carol's life highlights the broader narrative of the personal challenges faced by those closely connected to figures of significant public influence, underlining the often unseen pressures and mental health struggles that can accompany such proximity to power and expectation. Number 8. Mark's multiple driving offenses. Mark Thatcher has been involved in several driving offenses over the years, further complicating his already controversial public image. His driving record includes instances of drunk driving and various traffic violations. While specific dates and details of these incidents are not widely publicized, they have contributed to a public perception of Mark as a person who, due to his privileged position as the son of a former prime minister, often avoided the full consequences of his actions. These episodes of legal trouble have served to underscore criticisms of entitlement and recklessness, distancing him further from the public service legacy of his mother. Number 9. The sibling rivalry. The relationship between Mark and Carol Thatcher has been characterized by periods of competition and discord, reflecting a complex sibling dynamic that often contrasted sharply with their mother's public representation of familial unity. This rivalry has occasionally become public, through both indirect references in interviews and more explicit revelations in Carol's writings, including her memoir. These disclosures have provided a glimpse into the tensions that can arise in families under intense public scrutiny, further complicating the Thatcher family's narrative. The exact nature and causes of these disagreements remain a matter of private family dynamics, but they underscore the challenges of maintaining personal relationships in the shadow of a towering public legacy. Number 10. The Iron Lady's regret. Margaret Thatcher, known for her formidable resolve and political acumen as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1979 to 1990, reportedly harbored private regrets about the impact of her career on her family life, particularly concerning her children, Mark and Carol. According to friends and biographers, Thatcher reflected on the pressures her political career imposed on her family and was concerned about the limited time it allowed her to spend with her children. These reflections reveal a more vulnerable and introspective side to Thatcher, contrasting with her public persona as the Iron Lady. They highlight the personal sacrifices involved in her political achievements and the complex interplay between public service and private family life, illustrating that even the most public figures have private concerns and regrets.